Coffee with Andy and Tracy. Good morning, folks. I've been told I can't use my catchphrase that I've been using lately. It aggravates her. So I just learned something about my wife. Been married to her for almost 23 years. And
You have any nicknames?
yes,
Oh.
her nickname growing up was,
Well, just from one person.
from one person, was Special T.
I won't tell you the other ones.
Like Tony.
No, that was your nickname for me.
You're the one that came up with Tony.
Maybe.
Maybe. So Special T. I'm going to try that on for size and see how I like it. We are back on the ICW. It was burr cold this morning. Burr cold. 33 degrees outside. Untethered. We didn't freeze to death. We're alive!
Well, 5 of us are. One went back to bed with some Tylenol.
He said his head hurt, and I didn't even bust out the dad joke
I know.
because I felt bad for him. Sympathy, empathy. I don't know which one it was. Normally the dad joke is, if I had a head that looked like that, it hurt too. Isn't this new cut? No? Okay. It hurt too. But I didn't say that to him. The dolphins have been feeding all morning, the pelicans. We had a crab pot right next to us last night, and the crab pot boat came by, and pelicans take off and land every time they dump their bycatch over for a snack. It was 5 or 6 of them. They look good and healthy. Gorgeous day. It's only in the 40s here now, I think, but in the sun it just feels
Yeah, it's nice
magical
in the sun.
and beautiful. I've already gotten a hard time a little bit this morning for being funny, for going down the ICW. Yes, I am, because you know whose timeline I'm on? Her timeline. My timeline.
It's
Our
beautiful.
timeline.
Why would you not do this?
Yes, we have a sailboat, and we do like sailing it, but we also like the protection of the ICW and being able to peter down. And it was one of our big checklist things, being a height that we could get into the ICW and have that safety and have that as an option. So excited for that.
I'll be excited when the tide turns in a minute, though.
Yeah. Well, insights from yesterday. What did we learn?
That we cannot make it through the Elliott Cut at rush tide.
Yeah, we had a problem at Elliott Cut yesterday. We timed it poorly.
Well, we didn't time it poorly. We had it timed.
We were going to be there at 9:30 in the morning when the
We just
tide
couldn't get
changed.
off the dock.
Correct. Couldn't get off the dock. Delayed a little bit. Then we got to Elliott Cut and got passed by one catamaran. They were doing twice our speed. And then we got into the narrow part, and we were making progress. It was under a knot. It was like 0.7, 0.6 knots per hour. And didn't feel like we were making much progress. So we just went back a little bit, threw out a hook, and sat on anchor and did some math homework, schoolwork, whatever. And while we were rearranging the locker, the boys watched a life vest fly overboard.
They said they didn't see it go. They just saw it after the fact.
A couple minutes after it had left the boat, they're like, "Oh yeah, there's a life vest floating down the river." So we got to practice a man overboard drill from anchor, dropping the dinghy, running back, and picking it up. Blub, 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 that life vest would have died.
Yeah, a little trespassing onto somebody's really nice dock. That unconscious person would have been dead and in the oyster shells by the time we had gotten to them, but that's okay. I mean, it's not okay.
Who are you waving at?
The man standing right over there that's waving at us.
Oh, where?
It might be the only happy thing he gets today.
Where? Oh, it's not that
He's
cold today.
standing over by those in the middle of by those oak trees.
Everybody say hi to Camden this morning. Hold on.
I'm sorry. I didn't know you guys.
What you doing?
Say hi, Camden.
Hi.
Say hi, Micah. So, we're going to continue these coffee videos, but they're going to be shorter, trying to hold them into 10 minutes or less. And just a recap of our day. Yesterday, we saw a beaver closer than... Don't giggle. I know you guys are giggling. I was
beaver.
I was closer to a beaver than I had ever been in my life.
I had to warn Riley not to get any closer because it could just bite his nipple off.
Clean off. If you're a Jeff Foxworthy fan, you'd know that joke. Anyway, this beaver, we were at the dock, getting ready to leave yesterday late morning, and a beaver swam up and was between our starboard hull and the dock. And he turned over a few times and like, sup? And then took off down the dock. Riley got a pretty good video of him. I think he's thrown it on Instagram.
And then he said, beavers piss me off. Which is really kind of funny.
So we were really close to a beaver. What other animal sightings?
It was a nice beaver.
It was a nice beaver.
I mean, it was like it had just been stuffed.
Name that movie. Put your comments below.
What else did we see and do yesterday? We passed by my house that I was born in.
Okay.
We saw, well, I didn't see her. I kept looking for her.
Margaret Seabrook.
Margaret Seabrook, who I grew up down the road from. And we've seen a couple times since we've been here. But I got distracted by some kids that were out shooting guns on a little island, and she saw us and we didn't see her. But I'm glad she saw us. So.
But it's always fun.
Morning, Margaret.
When our boat gets spotted by, you know what? The side she was at didn't even have our name on the side.
I know.
Man.
Bev's gonna get us in a little while too without the name on the side.
Man.
So as soon as it gets warm, I'll get the dinghy and get that name applied. It's ready. You got it waxed.
I got it waxed. It's going to be pretty.
And then we won't pass anybody else on that side of the boat because that's Murphy's Law.
That's okay. But it's always neat to get pictures of your boat when you're on it and passing by, because you don't get the cool outside view. We just get to see the beautiful view from this, but not a whole lot left yet. Just checking my time, making sure I don't run over. Batteries, inverter, everything's running great.
We want to run the heater a little bit last night so we didn't all freeze to complete death.
Correct.
Have icicles hanging from the hatches this morning.
No icicles hanging from the hatches. It was chilly, but the sun just feels beautiful, and it's getting up to the upper 50s.
It's going to be almost 70 today.
Really?
I think it's going to be like 68. I think that's today. Maybe it's tomorrow.
It's tomorrow.
Okay.
But we're heading south. Steven.
Not fast, though, by the way.
Steven!
Steven!
We're on our way, man. We, that's crap pot. We left Alan behind in Charleston. Big shout out to him and Brody.
Come on, Alan, you can catch up.
Alan, come on. You can do it. We'll feed you.
What's one more mouth, right?
What's one more mouth when you got 6 on board? I did a video last night at dinner, but it was a little dark. I haven't posted it yet. I need to look at it today and feel it out. Would you guys like a post just to see what we eat on the boat every day for dinner? I mean, we only eat one real prepared meal a day.
Because I'm a terrible mother.
You're a wonderful mother.
I got up this morning and I thought,
she's a terrible mother.
I should get up and make something hot for everybody to eat. Except they won't eat it, and then I'll eat it. And I usually only eat it once a day. So.
We've got all this nice food on board. Camden opens up one of the crumbly Nature's Valley granola bars that crumble everywhere, and he's eating that instead of the fresh fruit, the croissants, the double chocolate muffins from Costco. Nope, he's leaving a trail of crumbs everywhere, so he gets to clean the kitchen and sweep the floor.
I love it when Riley eats those because he takes that and then he slathers like as much peanut butter as the thickness of the Nature Valley granola bar all over it, and then he puts other fat and calories on it, and he still says thin. It makes me so mad.
Have you seen the kid? He needs to eat a sandwich.
Right? Or 3.
Eat a sandwich, kid.
I loved it after dinner when he was cleaning up last night. So he puts our leftovers in a container, and he's got a whole big serving spoon left of what we had And he's like, anybody want this? And I said, oh, just leave it there. Somebody will eat it in a little while. And he said, but I have to wash the pot. And he kind of looked at me and he just put the whole serving spoon in his mouth. I mean, it was this mound of food.
And then his mouth was full for like 2 minutes as he was trying to chew it.
And I'm like, I'm so full, I'm going to be sick. He goes, yeah, I was too.
It was kind of this
Now I'm
hamburger
fuller. It was hamburger helper. You're over your 10 minutes. I talked. I'm sorry.
You're great. We're awesome. We're wonderful. Anyway, wrapping up coffee with and specialty.
Whatever. All right, now we need to let Bev know we're coming.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye, guys.